Hey everyone, Crystal here with Our Spring Farm and Country, and today is a different kind of video. I'm kind of excited. I'm being a little quiet because I don't want to wake the goats up yet. I have a plan. What we're doing today is hopefully finding out for sure if Miss Daisy, our goat, is pregnant or not. I ordered a home pregnancy test. We're going to test it out on her. Requires a urine sample. So I got a bowl, got some gloves in my pocket, and I thought the best time to catch her would probably be, well, they're still sleeping, so waking them up and then hanging out in their pen for a second, because they usually have to go to the bathroom not long after their hooves hit the ground. So, much like us. So anyway, I'm gonna get in there and get them a few alfalfa pellets to distract them until hopefully I can get a fresh urine sample from her, and then I will show you the test, the results, and fingers crossed we've got a positive test result and we're gonna have babies come spring. But we're going to find out for sure here in a bit. So come along, let's see how this works. This could get messy. Still got sleeping goats this morning. They're not used to me being in here this early. Hi, Miss Daisy, it's your day. Good morning, everybody. Everybody's nice and tired. Oh, I should have turned on some lights in here. All right, that's a little better. So now we wait, and hopefully we catch her squat and urinate. All right, got my gloves on. Now we just kind of wait. Nobody ever tells you about being a little farmstead, having some animals is as glorious as this. Collecting urine before the sun rises. That's exactly what everybody wants to do, right? But it's part of the farm life, and actually I'm probably strange to say this, but I don't mind all this stuff one bit. But I do have my glove because, don't want warm hands that way. Just gonna kind of stand by her so that when she does squat, I don't scare her as I rush over to her to try to put a bowl underneath her. So she already used to me just kind of stalking her this morning. Well, while we are waiting on her to finish up her breakfast, because she's probably not going to go to the bathroom till she's finished, I could give you a little update on our Easter egger. You see Miss Smokey up there? So Miss Smokey has been hanging out with the goats lately because the other day it looks like some of the other chickens had been picking on her and plucking out her feathers. They plucked so much that it caused her to bleed, which of course made them a little crazier to pluck more because of the blood. And we knew that they were really going to hurt her, so that we brought her in here with the goats so she would have time to get away from them, heal up some. And the funny thing is that she's always been our very nervous chicken. And by moving her in here, she's really calmed down. She doesn't do her pacing and her anxiety antics like she was doing, like constantly looking for a way out and just pacing back and forth and going in circles. I don't know if you saw the video where we were talking about the baby chicks, and you'd see her just going around the brooder inside the hen house over and over. That's all she would do, is she liked to pace. And she was always nervous. We thought it was just part of her personality, but maybe it was because she just was being picked on in there. So we brought her in here and she's doing great. She stopped that pacing. She even comes and lets us pet her now, which she's never done before. So I don't know, she just might be a permanent fixture here in the goat pen. During the day, of course, she goes out with all the other chickens and she's healing up nicely and her feathers are coming back in. But there for a bit, we just had to make sure she was okay. And so she's in here hanging out with us now, and she's so nice and quiet that you don't even notice she's there. And she sleeps in that box, but she lays her eggs in the right box, which is kind of funny. But, all right, Daisy's on the move. Does she need to go to the bathroom yet? Apparently not. You gonna get down and see what they're chomping on? See if you want to get a piece? She's just one of the goats now. We'll open up the door for outside too, so if they want to start making their way out to their grazing grounds, that's half frozen, they can. The snow is slowly melting off now. All right, Daisy, you're moving now. Does that mean you gotta go? You're gonna squat in the corner where I can't reach you, aren't you? There we go. And there we go. That should be plenty. Yes, not fun to look at, but I'm excited we got it. And that was a clean sample. Didn't even get any on my gloves. Gotta love that. So that's pretty exciting. Messy, like I told you guys, but I'm going to take this sample inside here in a bit. I'm gonna let the chickens out and all that good stuff, all the morning chores. Then we get the stuff inside. I will show you the test, show you how it works, explain what was explained to me. We'll test her and we're gonna find out, is she expecting or do we need to find another buck? Stay tuned. Okay, let's go over this test real quick and then we are going to get that urine into the sample. So I ordered this test from MLab Genetics. I'll put a link to them in the description below and I'll run it along the bottom so you see how it's spelled. But it came in a package like this and it's called a P test, the letter P dash test, and it goes by colors here. You're going to know by the color whether or not this is a positive pregnancy test. So what's inside the package? It's simply the vial with the little tablet in there that is what the chemical reaction to the urine is. And what it's looking for in the urine is acetone sulfate, I think is the name of it. That's the pregnancy hormone that would be excreted through their urine. This test is not just for goats, it's for all livestock. And when I say all livestock, I'm talking cows, horses, pigs, sheep, rabbits even, and even alpacas, camels. If by chance you have some camels on your farm, it has specifically mentioned camels on their website. So again, it's used for a ton of different livestock. Now the different livestock have different gestation periods, as you know, so it will recommend when the best time is to test and to retest and things like that. So when you order it, you'll just read the little packet that comes with it that will tell you when to test for your specific cattle or livestock that you're wanting to test on. So that's basically it. Now another thing is it has this little puncture thing that you're supposed to use a syringe and put in 150 cc or milliliters of urine in there, but I don't have a syringe handy, so I actually called them yesterday and asked them if that was a requirement, and they said no, as long as you can puncture the top or even take the little green top off to put the urine in on the side of the bottle. All right, well, on the side of the bottle actually says 1.5, so you know where to fill it up at, so you don't have to have a syringe to be super accurate. You're just gonna fill that line. So they made it really easy. So let me get all my stuff situated here, and we'll put the urine in and I'll show you. All right. Right, it's got the sample in there. It says to let sit for 10 minutes. So that's what we'll do, and we'll come back and find out the results. Okay, everybody, it has been 10 really long minutes. You know, women who have to wait 3 minutes on a pregnancy test, it feels like an eternity. What is 10 minutes? It's like an eternity plus eternity. It's infinity. Okay, anyway. Well, again, here is the little color chart that it comes with, and it says, you know, if it's like amber in color, there it's not pregnant. If it's any shade from green to blue, it is pregnant, and will tell you how far along in the pregnancy it is depending on the color. So let's take a look at this vial and see if Daisy is pregnant. Here we go. See if it will focus on this vial and not me. Focus, focus, focus. Okay. So if you can see the vial, it's yellow. So according to the chart, we have a negative pregnancy test. So we did purchase Daisy as a bred doe, but as we know, it doesn't mean that they always take. And we never saw her go actively back into heat. But then we didn't know what she looked like when she was in heat before because we didn't have her then. So some goats are very subtle when they're in heat, and some, like our other goats, are just wagging their tails and all affectionate, and they have more clear signs. Daisy is more mysterious, I guess, because we've never been able to tell if she's been in heat or not. And she would have been around 3 months along if she was pregnant. She would have been due from leap year to like March 5th, I think would have been her due date period if she would have took. But it looks like she isn't pregnant. So all those signs that we were thinking, the firm stomach and not being in heat and all those things, well, it wasn't accurate. So sometimes you can't just look at a goat and observe a goat and know whether or not for sure if they are. And again, this test says it's 97% accurate, and there are things that can cause inaccuracy, such as if your goat is stressed out, or if they have a urine infection, a bladder infection, things like that. It can cause a false negative. It says she doesn't show any signs of stress, and she doesn't have a bladder infection that we can see. She's just fine. So I think that these results are accurate for her. So what are we gonna do? What's our next step? So we were really hoping we were buying a pregnant doe so that come spring we can add on to our herd, the registered part of our herd. Will we just rush her out with another doe or another buck? No. I think what we're going to do is just wait, and then come spring we will have more time to expand our paddock areas and perhaps just purchase a registered buck or two for our own farm, because we can take her back to where we got her and have her bred again, but that is a 3-hour drive one way. So 6 hours plus the time that you're there. So you're looking at a full day of driving back and forth. And, not that we're big sticklers on that, but we are busy and it's hard to carve out time. And just to leave her for a day or a night or two, I don't know, and then have to drive back or wait around, and to catch her when she's in heat, it can get very complicated. And we don't want it to be complicated if it doesn't need to be. So I think right now we're just going to be happy. She has such a personality. We love that goat so much. She has just fit in perfectly with our other 3. So we will just wait until next year. And of course, next year, the other 2 does that we have will be old enough to breed as well. So maybe next fall, we'll just be able to breed all of them at one time if we have our own buck or 2 here. We've already got a wether, so they won't be lonely. Theo is our sweet little wether. But yeah, so that's that. Negative pregnancy test, but at least all the guessing is on now, because honestly, every other day it was, is she or isn't she? Is she or isn't she? That we were going, it's like, oh, her stomach feels rounder than the other ones. Oh, she looks like she's a little bigger than the other one. We were constantly doing comparisons, and I think you could just drive yourself crazy with it. So it's kind of nice to know definitively yes or no, on the pregnancy. So just a tad bit disappointing, but really not a big deal. We'll have next year, and then we'll have 3 that could possibly have babies. And we'll be able to control the circumstances a little more by having a buck here on the property. So that's that for us today. Again, this test is really cool though. It only cost me $5 when I ordered it, so it's very affordable. What it will be the day you see this video and you click that link and check, I don't know. But it cost me $5 and it was $4.50 for shipping. So less than $10, I was able to get a home pregnancy urine test for our livestock, and that was nice and convenient. It was super easy to collect the urine sample. She didn't even realize I was doing it, so that was even better. And again, if you have a syringe, you just poke it in the top and put in 150 milliliters of the urine and wait 10 minutes. Or if you don't have a syringe, you can do like I did and just puncture the top and use something, pipette, or if you've got an eyedropper or something like that to put the urine inside the vial itself. The website does say that they are working on actual pregnancy test sticks, like the ones that, people would use, which would be really nice not to have a vial at all. But I don't know when that's going to be released. I just saw that little snippet of information on their website. So maybe by the time you see this, or a year down the road, or who knows when, you'll be able to get a test that's even easier to use. And not that this one was difficult at all. So would I recommend this test? Yeah. It's a little cheaper than a blood test. It's definitely cheaper than an ultrasound. It saves you a trip to the vet. Is it 100% accurate like a blood test would be, or an ultrasound where they're actually seeing little babies moving? No. It says it's 97% accurate, and of course it's all dependent on the health of your cattle, your livestock. And so you can get a false negative, you know, if there's certain circumstances, and the little pamphlet that comes with it, and there's also a PDF document on their website that explains all of that. So I would encourage you to read that, educate yourself, and decide whether this is a product that you want to be able to use, because you can buy it in bulk as well. So if you have a large herd of cows or whatnot that you're testing, you can buy more than one at one time. But that's about it. The description will have the link to MLab Genetics and to the P-Test, and we'll have all the instructions for you on their website. And if you're interested in purchasing it, just go through there. We are not sponsored by them. We're not an affiliate of them. It was just something that I had ordered because I was dying to know. This guessing was killing me, and my vet doesn't do blood tests. They just flat out don't do them. So I would have had to order something in the mail and send off for it, or I have to take them in for an ultrasound, you know, and at this time of year, they don't want to shave them. So it's a more invasive ultrasound, if you know what I mean. And we don't want to stress her out that way if we didn't have to. So this was the next best alternative for me, but you have lots of options out there to find out if your livestock is pregnant, from a blood test, ultrasounds, you know, check with your vet on what they can do for you. And then if all else fails, you want something nice and easy at home, you know, get you a P-test from MLab Genetics. But that's it for me today, you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe, share this with your friends, and leave me some comments below on whether you've used this test before. Have you ever gotten a false negative and turned out they were pregnant? Don't give me any false hope over here that she may actually still be pregnant, though, because I think the ship has sailed. But if you've used them before and had good results, I would love to hear about it. But until then, we will catch you on the next one. Bye, everybody.